There are concerns about pedestrian safety in Ottawa after two fatal collisions on city streets in as many days. Yesterday morning, one person using a wheelchair was killed after being struck by a vehicle near train yards in the East End. Police say a person using a wheelchair was pronounced dead on site and an investigation is underway. And on Tuesday, police say one person was killed on Innes Road around 2 o'clock in the afternoon when a vehicle jumped the curb, striking two people who were crossing the street. Police are now investigating whether speed was a factor. Here to tell us more about pedestrian safety and what you should know is Constable Sean Ralph from the Ottawa Police Service. Good morning to you,
Good morning, Rosie.
Constable Ralph. Reporting those fatalities over the past couple of days, I know that pedestrians very concerned about that when you hear about, they were on the sidewalk crossing the street. So we brought you in to talk about just safety and pedestrian safety. What should we know as pedestrians and as drivers to keep each other safe?
Well, the biggest thing is to make sure that you're protecting yourself. So by protecting yourself is something we learn when we're really young, is to look both ways before crossing the road. So you know automatically in Canada, the streets you have to look left first and then look right. The other one is to use a crosswalk whenever it's possible and to wait for the benum, so to speak, on the crosswalk, and don't go when the hand is there. The hand, before even the hand comes on, you'll also see a countdown, and that's telling you that the crosswalk will close off, so to speak. And you want to make sure that you're not starting to leave or cross the intersection while the timer's on. The other one would be to make sure that you try to get eye contact with the driver before crossing the street. Sometimes, especially at a stop sign, that would be the best way to do it, because that driver will have an opportunity to acknowledge you and you can acknowledge them at the same time. I do live in the Orleans area myself, so I take my dog out for a walk, and stop signs and red lights, so on and so forth. And sometimes I even make a hand gesture in the direction I'm going, just to make sure, or to let the drivers know that this is the way I'm going. I'm always worried that some of the drivers will do a rolling stop and not see me walking. So it's a fear that either myself or other people in the community could get hit. So you have to really protect yourself. If you're going to be using your cell phone, try to get your head up. Don't be so distracted by your phone. It's the same thing for drivers. We're not supposed to be using our phones. There's big charges that come associated with it. And the other thing would be that if you're walking and you're using some kind of ear, like headphones or earbuds, you get so into it, or it's so loud, or it's got noise cancellation that you're unaware as to what's happening in your surroundings. So the big thing would be to make sure that if you are using earbuds, maybe use one, or turn off the noise cancellation, have the volume lower. You have to be aware of your surroundings, and that's the big thing.
Okay, in your years in the Ottawa Police Services, are you noticing a lot of distracted pedestrians?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And it's so mad that they're constantly looking down, and then even, so I'm the pedestrian side of it, I see it while walking, but even while driving or while working, I see tons of pedestrians they always have their head down. Everybody's got a device in their hand. Yeah. And so when you have your device in your hand, you're so distracted or looking down at what you're doing, even if it's a phone call, people are just so distracted by what's happening in their hand and not aware of their surroundings. So the big thing would be to try to get your head up. Some of the other communities that I've seen, New York and in London, they're starting to add paintings on the ground, and it's eyeballs with little circles, and the idea is it gets your eyes above your phone and you actually see the eyeballs, and it's tell you in the direction of where you're supposed to be looking at when you get to it.
That could be.
So the City of Ottawa's also got these cement, or they all have cement curbs, but they've got these metal grates, and so when you get to them, you'll actually know you're approaching the curb. So it's just, we have to be aware of what we're doing.
Do you think that that's something that we could see introduced into Ottawa with the painting on the ground?
It would be great to see something for sure for pedestrian safety as well too. It's for us to be aware. Yeah. Now, I can't put all the blame on pedestrians. Drivers are responsible to make sure that pedestrians are safe. We've got crossovers and crosswalks all over the city. So we do have to come to a complete stop. We do have to make sure that if we are making a right on a red turn, we are completing are stop and only moving when it's safe to do so. So the drivers have a huge responsibility. You won't win against a 5,000-pound vehicle.
No, we can't. As a pedestrian, you can't win. But we all have to really, as you just said, adhere to the rules, pay attention, keep your head up, and pay attention.
Yeah.
Both drivers and pedestrians. Constable Sean Ralph, thank you very much for coming by today. Really appreciate you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you so much.